Hey everyone, good morning. This is like, I think the earliest time I've ever streamed in my life, and it is a Saturday. But we are up, it is 11 a.m., at least where I am, and I am so ready to roast and review some units. Hello everyone in chat. Thank you all for stopping by. Um, yeah, I think I'll just briefly explain how this is gonna work. So I opened submissions a couple days ago for unit reviews and got a lot more submissions than I was expecting. So we currently have like over 300 submissions. So I will do my best to get through as many as I can in like 2 or 2.5 hours. But there's just no way I can get to all of them, even if I only spend 1 minute per build, which might not happen. So anyway, we're gonna do our best. Sorry to those of you whose builds I don't reach, but again, I'm gonna try my best to get to all of them. And yeah, we're gonna start off with builds from the channel members. Shoutouts to you guys. You guys are awesome. So yeah, we got about 22 or 23 of those to get through, and then we'll go through the rest of the responses in chronological order. So yeah, as you can see, we've already got a build up here. And this is the first one. Obviously a very, very strong build. So yeah, I guess let's just get started. Make sure you read the rules over on the side, and yeah. So this first one is from Hunley. The description that he added to this is, I came here to eat oranges and slay tanks, and I'm all out of oranges. So obviously, Alm with his remix is very, very strong. Luna Arc is just really strong because I think he has like half of tempo, so he can always get his special off. He got Lunar Flash 2, which like is just so strong because I think it deals true damage based on the foe's defense. Or maybe that's in Luna Arc. I don't really know, but I know he deals true damage based on the foe's defense. So I feel like he's one of those units that you just can't really tank. Like, it's just really, really hard to tank him. And so, yeah, this build is really, really strong. Um, oh, Hunley's in chat. Awesome. So, Hunley, your alm slays. I guess I'm curious, whether you're considering changing his B slot for something else, and then giving him the null follow-up seal, but it's probably not worth it, honestly. Um, Oh, thank you for the $2, Royal Knight. My day's going okay. Just kind of tired because it's 11 a.m. and I don't normally do stuff this early on a Saturday, but having fun. Um, Jack Topper asks if this stream will be archived afterwards. Yes, I always leave all my streams up as VODs after, so don't worry about that. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the second one. And this is from Fire Corgi. Sorry if the formatting for these units isn't perfect, by the way. Everybody sent in like different screenshot sizes, so I can't like really, sync them across the different phone types, but it is what it is. So yeah, this one's from Fire Corgi. This is their Lucina. So they obviously are a huge fan of Lucina. They've plus 10'd all of them, I think. And this is a player phase Lucina for summoner duels, usually paired with a far save tank. So, yeah, very strong. I do wonder, Corgi, if you're in chat, how much more utility do you get out of the arcane sword compared to her original sword? Because I guess you get the guaranteed follow-up that way, which is pretty strong. Um, but yeah, no, like that Surge Sparrow with the Vital Astra, like it just seems like it is very hard to get around. And I guess another option would be the null follow-up seal for her instead of Mystic Boost. Um, but I feel like you probably submitted this build before the null follow-up seal even existed, so yeah. Very, very solid. Alright, so next on to Ritsu's build. So this is their Charlotte, who was actually in the thumbnail because I saw level 99 and I just thought it was so slay. So this is level 99 Charlotte from that new game mode. I don't remember what it's called. Something with the new realms, you know, with the portals, like where you step on the portals. Uh, but anyway, I don't know if stats cap out at 99 or what it is, but obviously a very strong build. Um, Charlotte's one of those units who, like, not a lot of people have at plus 10, and most people would probably just fodder her off, but I do think, like, she is quite strong. Um, so yeah, not really much more to say about her. She is obviously very strong. I'm sure she's strong even just at level 40. Oh, thank you guys for letting me know it's called Binding Worlds. Uh, Charlotte was debuffed and she still had 99 attack. Yeah, so I guess stats cap out at 9. Huh. Sorry, 99. But, interesting. So, that's just visibly though, so I wonder like if it is actually higher than that. That's an interesting thought. But anyway. Very nice Charlotte Ritsu, thank you for submitting. Next up is this Guinevere from Clara. So Guinevere is one of those units who, again, like, not a lot of people have. I know she used to be really good in ether raids, but, like, not that many people use her anymore, but I still think that magic effectiveness is just so strong paired with her super high res. And then attack speed unity, null follow-up, speed smoke 4, and speed defense solo. Very strong. If you use her alongside a near saver, obviously, like, that's really good. I'm curious, like, is it like, do you find it easy for her to initiate and get off the speed smoke? I guess so, because you're running null follow-ups, so it's definitely not that hard to survive one engagement to get off the speed smoke and then just stand there. And yeah, like, she probably is not taking much damage at all with that damage reduction. Alright, so very nice Guinevere, Clara. Thank you for submitting. Now we've got a Roy from Justice, with the Arcane Sword as well. I really feel like the Arcane Sword has just revived so many old swords that, like, it's awesome. I can't wait for the other arcane weapon types. I just think it's gonna do a lot for the meta. Yeah, like, with this Arcane Sword, like, mediocre units can be good. So, yeah. We've got the Vital Astra, Distant Counters, Spurn, Speed Smoke. Very good. I did not know his speed could reach that high, to be very honest. Because I also have a plus 10 Roy, and he's definitely not that fast. But having the refined arcane weapon definitely helps for that. And also summoner support and 25 Dragon Flowers. So, yeah. This is a very strong weapon. Can we get an arcane dance? Like a dance skill? But anyways, Justice, a very nice Roy. Thank you for submitting. Let's see what Knight submitted. So, Knight submitted a Black Knight. So he's running a Londite, Black Luna, Attack Defense Unity, Vengeful Fighter, Near Save. So yeah, just standard getting off Black Luna in one hit must be pretty strong. I'm curious if, you know, another option for him would be the Arcane Sword, but then obviously you can't run Black Luna, so it's like a trade-off. Honestly, not 100% sure if that would be better, but definitely an option. But no, this is obviously very strong as a near save specialist. I remember Joel, actually. Joel's in chat right now. Joel used to run a near save Black Knight, who I think was pretty similar to this. So yeah. Crafty Fighter might be better for the B slot. Yeah, just to give guard. Yeah, I agree. Also, Grunwolf is saying, Hardy Fighter, Far Save Black Knight can run Arcane Sword. Yeah. Arcane Sword does have slaying in it. It does. Oh yeah, good point, Sharina Lover. Vengeful Fighter and Steady Breath are redundant. So you might be better off than switching to Crafty Fighter and keeping Steady Breath, just so that you get the guard effect as well. Or if you want to keep Vengeful Fighter, honestly probably wouldn't, just because instant Black Luna is so strong. So if you do have the guard fighter skill, would recommend running that. Alright. Let's move on to Shiny. Oh, so Shiny submitted his +7 Lewin, but since then, I know he has plus 10 this Lewin, so just pretend this is plus 10. But no, obviously Lewin is still one of those units who got a refine that's so strong that, like, well, not the refine itself is strong, but just the base weapon effect that, like, it's just very good. He's definitely a good tank buster. Um, so yeah, I mean, not really much to say about this. It's a very good build. I mean, another option would be to switch to B skill like Lull, and then give him the null follow-up seal. But in that case, I was talking about this with Shiny the other day, I would probably give him a different A skill just to boost his stats. Oh yeah, Tempo. I forgot Tempo exists. But yeah, Tempo would be super, super strong. If you have it. Next up is a build from Royal. And this is Summer Dorothea. Very, very nice to see her. You really don't see her often anywhere. So, thanks for submitting this, Royal. I'm also a massive Dorothea fan, so good taste. So Courtly fan, I think that's the null follow-up one. I think. Moonbow, attack speed unity, wind sweep, joint drive speed, attack speed form. Yeah, this must be really strong. Especially against people who, don't run, like people who don't have null disrupt and can't counterattack through wind sweep. Oh, Corgi's also saying the cool thing now is you could run another dagger with null follow-up seal instead of fan. True, like you could run like the Kanto one or another one and then give her the null follow-up seal. Another option, IMO, would be to give her Times Pulse just so that it's a little bit easier to activate Moonbow. Because if you give her Times Pulse and you're running the rest of this build the same, she would activate Moonbow on the second hit. But yeah. Quick Dagger to charge lethality faster. True, you could also give her lethality. There are a couple different things you could switch around, but very, very nice Dorothea, regardless. And I know not everybody has like a ton of fodder sitting around, so this is very good. You suppose the null follow-up seal will still be infantry only? Pretty sure it's infantry only. Like, I haven't checked, but if I had to guess, I feel like it would be infantry only. Running Kitty Paddle. Oh, she does have Times Pulse and lethality. See, that could be really good if you gave her Quick Dagger or Ouch Pouch. Very, very strong. And maybe if we get an Arcane Dagger, that could be another option for her, but we're not there yet, so. Let's move on to Lewis. This is Lewis's Julia, and this was their first ever 5-star exclusive plus 10. They run her with 3 Moose Bells for the extra plus 12 attack defense and triple damage increase. Wow. That is definitely a lot of damage. But anyway, no, I think Julia's remix, or specifically the refine, is quite good. The guaranteed follow-up, yeah. I mean, another option for Julia would be, like a Speedy Julia build. I know Hunley runs a Speedy Julia build. So that would be an option instead of going like a defense build, but honestly, this looks fine. Hi, Shiny. Sorry, you just missed your Lewin being reviewed. We were all just talking about how slay he is. But yeah, Julia pretty much got everything she needed. I agree, Mackenzie. Very, very strong. Does she tank stuff? Not so sure with 32 defense and 38 speed. Apparently. I mean, apparently they're running her with triple Moose Bell, so she's getting an extra plus 12 attack defense, so she kind of just one-shots things. I mean, if this build works for them with, like, crazy amounts of support, that's awesome. But yeah, I do agree, like, if you want to use her as a standalone unit, probably maybe switch to a different A slot and try using her, like, alongside a Near Saver. But yeah. Close foil and her refine means she can counter anything. That's true. I forgot she got being able to counter against dragons. But yeah, she's deceptively bulky. Thank you for mentioning, Corgi, that she has 40% res-based DR as well. Bye, Deanna. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a good day. All right. So yeah, no, cool, Julia. I've never really seen a build like this on her. But if it works, it works, you know? All right, moving on to this one from Cheryl. This is their summer cast bar. So he's running Springy Axe. I believe that's a boost to attack and speed, as well as neutralizing his penalties to attack and speed. So Vital Astra as well, Distant Dart, Speed Defense Bulwark, Speed Smoke 4, and Darting Breath. So very nice cast bar. I do wonder if you kind of struggle with charging Vital Astra, but I suppose he does have Bulwark. What does Bulwark do? I honestly don't remember. Can someone remind me in chat what Bulwark does? Does he reach 190 BST? I don't think so, Augusto. I think he's 185. Or 180. My guess is 185. Okay, so Bulwark is Obstruct, Debuff, and Heal. Okay. Okay. So, it's decent. I mean, I do worry that, oh, you use Vital Astra for damage more than damage reduction? Yeah, that's fair. I guess another option would be, like, Velocity on him, just to get even more damage reduction, and also have, the Null Guard effect. So, yeah. You would replace Bulwark with Null Follow-Up? Yeah, that'd be an option. You could also give him the Null Follow-Up Seal. But yeah, no, there are just like a bunch of different ways you could switch this up. But yeah, this is definitely a flex. Godlike Reflexes could probably work, yeah. But yeah, no, this is super awesome. Alright, so from Loot Gaming, we have got Loot, of course. Gotta rep the namesake. So she's got Weirding Tome, Still Water, Null Follow-Up, Attack Speed Menace, and Mystic Boost. So very, very cool. So she's ascended with Speed and Res. And with that Still Water, like, look at her attack. Look at her Res. Like, she's actually one of those users who is very good with Still Water because her defense is just not there. So, like, you don't mind sacrificing that. I honestly don't know what her Refine does. So I don't know, like, if, you know, there are better tomes out there. Since it's an early Refine, it's probably not super amazing, but, definitely nice. Her Refine is Sabotage, Speed, Res. Large Ploy with some extra stats. Okay, so debuffs are not terrible. Yeah. But I, like, what other inheritable blue tomes even are there? Like, I don't even really know. So yeah, you'd probably be better off just sticking with this, unless we get an arcane weapon that, would fit for her better. But, yeah. Very strong. Again, like, all these builds were submitted before the Null Follow-Up Seal was a thing, so I feel like for all of them, I'm just gonna be saying, like, hey, perhaps you might want to consider giving them, like, the Null Follow-Up Seal, and a different B skill. Yeah, but no, this is very good. Oh yeah, Spider Plush is an option, Flora Guide. True. Alright, so next up is this unit from Augusto. This is Brunya. She is definitely one of those units who used to be so omnipresent in Ether raids and just kind of has fallen off in the past year or so, but I still think she's pretty strong, especially with new skills like Speed Smoke. So she's running her weapon. Corgi mentions her Refine is coming up relatively soon, probably, hopefully. So yeah, she could be really cracked. Close Foil, Null Follow-Up, Speed Smoke, and Bonus Doubler. So what Augusto wrote in the description, she can kill the far save unit with Bolt Tower support, get a Dance by Fallen Ninian, kill something that can kill her, and tank the rest easy with her big HP. And Sabotage Speed support. Awesome. Yeah, I think that's very impressive. People are saying maybe replace Ether with Soul. Yeah, I guess, depending on if you find that you need the extra damage from Ether, it might be worth replacing it. But yeah, quite strong with that Speed Smoke, especially if you're initiating first. Um, and again, another option could be to give her the bonus doubler, to take off the bonus doubler seal, give her no follow-up seal, and then give her like, I don't know what she could run in the B skill. She could run a lull, she could run tempo, but this is just fine. Oh hey Owl, no worries, bestie. We haven't gotten to yours yet. We're getting close though. All right. So next up, we've got one from Kevin. Kevin is a big fan of Alm, so we've got another Alm. Different kind of Alm though. This is the OG Alm. So this is basically just a Gale Force Alm build. Pretty strong. Yeah. I've never really considered a Gale Force build on him before, but I guess it's actually decent. Because Falchion has, what, like a Brave effect? Someone says right off the bat, I do tempo over lull. Yeah, that's fair. It's just, tempo's still pretty limited. Like, it's still pretty rare. Like, I personally don't have a single unit with tempo to fodder. But yeah, definitely like a future potential upgrade for him. Yeah, because then tempo would like make the Gale Force even more guaranteed. Unless he one-shots them, of course, because his attack is pretty high, but I don't know if that's a huge problem. Hi, Pretty Dragon. I know you can't hear me, so I'm gonna type in chat real quick. Do we have attack defense tempo? I don't know. We do not have attack defense tempo, just speed, defense, and attack res. Okay, so yeah, maybe not yet then, because I don't know if speed defense would be the best one for him. Attack defense would probably be better, but not bad. Definitely a very strong build that I've never even considered for Alm before, so yeah. All right. Oh yeah, we have speed res from Monica as well. She's pretty recent, so yeah. But yeah, no, really nice build, Kev. I did not know you had such a cool base Alm. This is really awesome. All right, so next we've got a build from Geki. This is a Respondent Robin build. So he's running Flora Guide, Ether, Attack Speed Ideal 4, Lull Speed Res, Menace, and Flashing Blade. Definitely cool to see a kitted out Robin. You don't see that very often. I do feel like the one thing I would say might be like a different special, because I feel like Ether is one of those specials that's probably only really good in Arena. Like, it's sometimes good outside of it, but generally, like, I might switch it to something else. And also null follow-up is like a seal now, so probably give him the seal instead. And then another option in the B eventually would be speed res tempo. So yeah. Speed res menace is obviously very good synergy with this. And attack speed ideal is decent. Another option would be finish, although I know that's also very expensive. I do feel like attack speed finish would be very good on this build, though, now that I've said it. So if you do have a spare, Corrin would definitely be really strong. But yeah, so probably replace Ether with something else. Consider finish and tempo. And then the null follow-up seal. Yes, Giratina, we are still in the Promenaders. We are getting close to the end, though. We've only got like 5 more member builds-ish, 5 or 6. And then on to the rest of the submissions. Alright, so this one from Blaz, they have Linhardt. I'm a super big fan of Linhardt, so good taste. But, wait, I just realized, can healers run null follow-up? So, like, yeah, can healers run null follow-up? Because I'm thinking, like, could Linhardt run null follow-up? Thank you, Clara, for renewing your channel membership. But yeah, no, so this is a very interesting Linhardt build. Attack defense ideal is like, I guess it's to boost his defense as well. But yeah. Staff of Tribute, I don't remember what it does. But yeah, attack speed oath is obviously very synergistic with bonus doubler. So that's quite good as well. Someone points out that you could run null follow-up, but then you have to choose Wrathful or Dazzling. Or you could give him the null follow-up seal and not have to choose at all. Ritsu says you should pull for that staff that gives you +5 to all stats and lull. What is that staff? That's very good. Saul's staff? Ooh, no, that's definitely a... If you get the chance to grab that, would definitely be pretty strong. Hunley says, if you are of age, take a shot every time Promi says null follow-up seal. Today's stream was brought to you by the null follow-up seal. But yeah, no, for real, the seal I feel like has just changed the game for so many builds. But yeah, no, null follow-up seal could make a difference for this. If you find that he ever has trouble doubling, and perhaps a different staff. So definitely very strong. Alright, next up we've got Logan. I don't know what build they submitted. Oh, it's Leon. Okay, Summer Leon. He is one of those units who kind of fell under the radar because we've just gotten so many swords lately. But I do think he's quite good. Mackenzie says, if you're not of age, take a shot of chocolate milk every time Promise says null follow-up seal. But yeah, so, Arcane Eleuthir, very strong on him. Attack Defense Unity, null follow-up, attack defense menace, and attack defense form. Very, very strong. I do wonder if, like, null follow-up is like... Because his speed is not the greatest, right? So null follow-up, I feel like, wouldn't help necessarily as much as on someone with higher speed, but I still feel like it's pretty good. Especially, like, against those slower units who have, like, follow-up negation. But yeah, I might consider replacing the B skill for Bulwark, like Palace said. Or I guess... No, we don't have a good tempo for him yet, so no. But definitely Bulwark is an option. And then you could give the null follow-up seal or just forego it altogether. Or you could try increasing his speed as well. I do love speedy builds on units who aren't speedy, but honestly this is really good even as is, so yeah. Yeah, Logan says null follow-up helps guarantee the double from the weapon against follow-up negation weapons. That's fair. And I feel like there are some fighter skills that negate guarantee follow-ups as well, so null follow-up could be useful against that. But yeah, no, super cool Leon. This is like the first +10 Leon I've seen, so I'm glad you managed to +10 him. Oh, thank you for joining the Promenaders, American Light. Alright, so this is Lanku from Cassie. I've been wanting to build Lanku for like a couple days now. Because his Resplendent art is so good. I also obviously just picked up a spare copy of Ascended Merida. So yeah, like I would love to build one. But I'm like debating it, so maybe this will convince me. So he's running Arcane Eleuthir. Unfortunately, I don't have the fodder for that, so I don't know if it's worth it. Godlike Reflexes, Distant Counter, Speed Defense Bulwark. It's pronounced Longchu? Is it really? Huh, I didn't know that. But yeah, Distant Counter, Defense, Speed Defense Bulwark, Attack Speed Oath, and Darting Breath. Definitely interesting. Yeah, I still don't 100% know how Godlike Reflexes work, but I know it's very good damage reduction. And then I guess you charge it more easily with Darting Breath. Does the damage reduction in Godlike Reflexes activate as long as the special activates at some point during the combat? But yeah. Hunley says be fast, ouch less. Yeah. Distant Dart is really good on Lonku. True. It's pronounced Long Boy. But yeah, no, this is a really good build for Longchu. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but I will try to remember that that's how you pronounce it. Um, yeah, the only thing I would really change here is the distant counter. Maybe give him distant dart instead, um, or like any additional, any different stat boosting distant counters. Um, and maybe like another option would be to change the oath to like a speed smoke 4 because he is pretty fast. But I guess the damage reduction from godlike reflexes is probably enough. But yeah, no, super nice Longchu, and definitely I might want to build him myself. I just wish I had the arcane sword, but I don't. He has speed smoke 4 too. Yeah, that's fair. Both very good skills. Guess depending on the mode, what else you can run on him. All right, next up is the build from Owl, and this is Basilio. So Owl is a big fan of him. So when Basilio got added to the game, I remember Owl was like super happy. um, Owl says my build has no null follow-up seal, but it's for a good reason, trust me. I mean, the main reason is that the fact that the null follow-up seal didn't exist when you submitted this, so yeah. Um, but he's running Seahorse Axe. I think that's guaranteed follow-up. I think, right? Because we just got it on the summer banner this year. And then he's running Gale Force, Heavy Blade, Attack Defense Bulwark, Assault Troop. Very interesting. That's actually really cool. Oh, American Light. You can check out the members tab on YouTube. There will be a link that you can submit a build to. So I guess just let me know in chat once you've done that, and we'll take a look at it. So yeah, this is pretty strong. Assault Troop is definitely interesting. I might consider, like, Times Pulse just to help him activate Gale Force more. But yeah, pretty strong. Another option would be Speed Defense Tempo, if you have it. Oh, no worries, American Light. I'll just repeat it. So basically, if you head over to the members tab on my YouTube channel, there should be a link that you can use to submit your build. So just let me know in chat once you've submitted it, and we'll take a look at that. But yeah, super cool, Basilio. Sorry that you don't play Faye so much, Owl, but you could definitely upgrade him a little bit if you do feel like it. So next up is this Nephany from Thy Game Playa. Very, very interesting build. I want to know why plus HP, as opposed to like plus attack. But no, I mean, this is decent. This is pretty good. Interesting null follow-up. Why did I say null follow-up? Interesting Vital Astra build. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, so I guess the point is that she activates Vital Astra on player phase. If you do give her, like, Times Pulse, she could instantly activate Vital Astra, but, like, Speed Smoke is also pretty good, so I don't really know. What does Nephany's PRF do again? I think it's literally just, like, slaying and stats and effective against armors. Also, yeah, as Chad is reminding us, null follow-up seal exists now, so that's an option. But yeah, another B skill could be speed defense, speed defense tempo. But yeah, no, there are definitely a lot of options. And probably might want to consider swapping out the lance. I think we have a couple of decent inheritable lances. And obviously if we get the Arcane Lance, it will almost certainly be better than this. But yeah, no, cool to see a Nevany, and plus HP is definitely something you don't see very often in Ascended. Alright, so next is a build from Marcus Garcia. He submitted this plus 10 duo leaf. Very scary. He's running just his base weapon, Ruptured Sky, attack speed, push 4, lull speed, res, fatal smoke, and blade session. So this is a speedy leaf, which is like almost like a soft null follow-up, because he's got the guaranteed follow-up, and he's also fast, so he can get around follow-up negation. But yeah. Another option would be speed, res, trace, but lull is also quite good. Because yeah, he gets plus 6 speed from his weapon as well, so this definitely works. Also a nice attack stat. But yeah, this is really strong. Nick points out that Hardy Fighter does just negate guaranteed follow-ups, I think, so unfortunately that does get around this. Like, if the foe has Hardy Fighter and also like follow-up negation in their weapon or something, you wouldn't be able to double, but it's fine. I still feel like this works against most people. So yeah, I mean, only thing that you might potentially want to change is for a trace skill, but this is also very good. Brave Hector destroys this. Yeah, unfortunately, Brave Hector destroys a lot of things. Alright, next we've got a build from Kyo. This is their Black Knight, and they've also included their accessories in the picture, and I think their support partners. So they run him with Sigurd, just for extra movement. But yeah, like, this is a very strong Black Knight build with Savvy Fighter, Speed Smoke 4, and Darting Breath. So I guess the point is that you just throw him in, attack, get off Speed Smoke 4, and then it's very hard. Oh, I just realized this isn't even Black Knight, this is Zelgius. Oh boy, this is the premium version of Black Knight. I just saw the armor and I assumed it was Black Knight, but yeah, this is Zelgius. Unfortunately, someone in chat is pointing out Legendary Nana does, like, stop all damage reduction, but I mean, that's true for any build, right? So, yeah. Promise you need some sleep. Listen, I'm not normally up this early on the weekends. So yeah, I do need a little bit of extra sleep, but it's fine. But yeah, no, this is very, very strong. I agree, Sakaya, Savvy Fighter is super cool. I just wish it wasn't so rare. I agree. Hi, Super Phoenix. I am tired. I'm doing good though. Hope you're doing good too. I don't need sleep. I need answers. Maybe I need both. Alright, and then we've got this build from Bluekins. Bluekins is one of my mods and one of my close friends. This is Baby Ileana. So she's got Windy War Tome, Moonbow, Kestrel Stance, Null Follow-Up, Pulse Smoke, and Speed Res 4. So, this is actually kind of good. I've seen her in action. Like, she's not super fast, but she's fast enough for a lot of units. So, yeah. She reaches an extra, I think, +7 from Kestrel Stance, or +8, I don't remember, and then another 7 from Form. So yeah, she's actually decent. Have you considered the Null Follow-Up Seal? Honestly, I feel like this is one of those builds where I would probably keep Null Follow-Up in the B skill, because I really feel like she needs that extra speed from the seal. So, yeah. So I would actually not give her the Null Follow-Up Seal, funny enough. Hi, Lewis. Oh, I'm so sorry, bestie. We already went through your unit. So your unit was... Oh, the Julia. Okay, chat loved your Julia. They loved that close foil Julia build, and the fact that you run her alongside 3 Moose Bells. Um, but yeah, null follow-up is very good. Palace, I put out a form a couple days ago, on Twitter and on my, YouTube, community tab with submissions. And unfortunately, we got like over 300 submissions in just a couple days. So I just closed it. I couldn't have it open for any longer. But if I do future unit review streams, we'll definitely open up that form again. But yeah. So next up is the build from Rosalie. Let's see what they brought along. Ooh, it's a summer Claude. Okay. No, I love seeing this. Love seeing Claude. So Life and Death 4 and Life and Death 3, definitely interesting because like with the damage reduction from Fallen Star, it doesn't like super matter if your defenses are low. So it's definitely an option. It's actually not bad. I run the Life and Death seal on my Summer Claude sometimes. But I mean, another option would be like attack speed catch, I find is quite good on him. And also, when you don't have any kind of way to give him null follow-up externally, I find that impact is really useful on him. Just because, like, that way he can attack twice guaranteed if he's got the buffs on himself, and he stops the foe from counterattacking. So, yeah. But I would definitely swap him to Menace as the C skill. I think that'd be pretty good. I think he gives himself buffs that way, so he activates Frozen Delight just by having Menace active, and then also just debuffs the foe as well, so it's pretty good. Alright, so yeah, no, super cool, Claude. Good luck getting those last 3 merges. And yeah, maybe consider swapping the A skill. Oh, Shiny mentions attack speed 04 is also a good seal for Summer Claude. SC skill for Summer Claude. Definitely very good. But yeah, there are a lot of options, really. As long as you can get buffs on him, very useful. Alright, so we've got this build from Uriel Fix. This was definitely one of the most interesting builds I've ever seen in my life. Um, so let me read their description, because I think we're all a little bit... Oh, they didn't actually put a description. Okay, so it's up to us to decide... Oh wait, no, never mind, they did put a description. They wrote, "This started off as a joke and now it's real. Trying to get more merges. Usually he's running Armor March rather than Near Save, but shh." So, Cassie says, "I didn't even know we had Winter Ephraim." Yeah, I think he was second year, or first or second year Christmas units. But yeah, so they normally don't run Near Save on him with this build. They normally just go with, like, guess the Blazing Wind and, like, Armor March. But he also works really well as, like, a Near Save user. So I think if you replaced his A skill with not Life and Death, that would be good. Hi, Geki. Yeah, so Near Save tank is also decent. I guess the Life and Death build with Blazing Wind could work. The Hardy Bearing is specifically to make sure that people with Vantage can't, like, Vantage on him after he gets off Blazing Wind. Marcus Garcia says, "I would definitely die to this and wonder what happened." Good point, bestie. Honestly, this is one of those builds that, like, you're like, I can take this no problem. And then he kills you. But yeah, I feel like he's probably just better overall as a near save user, but because he does have Brave in his weapon, I guess player phase can also work. But yeah, very interesting build. Thank you for submitting. We love to see unique builds. It's super fun. Okay, this next one is from Surgecaster. They've got Baby Duo Erica. So they're running Blade of Renee, Vital Astra, Distant Counter, Null Follow-Up, Times Pulse, and Speed Res Form. So you could switch to the Null Follow-Up seal and consider giving them a different B skill. I've said this for every unit, but consider giving them, like, I think Velocity would be decent, or Speed Defense. I'm forgetting the names of these skills because I've said them so much. What is it called? Tempo. Hi, Jose. No, we have just moved on to the non-channel members units a couple of people ago. This is like the third one, I think. But yeah, Velocity, I think, would be really good for them. And consider upgrading the DC as well, to Distant Dart, or, you know, some other variation of upgraded Distant Counter. But yeah, no, super cool. This next one is from Platinum. A Summer Claude build. Yeah, this is very close to what I run, so I don't super have much to say about it. It's really good. Another option would be Impact for the A skill, like I mentioned for the previous Summer Claude. And Attack Defense Menace is really good. I was debating giving him Attack Defense Menace, but I ended up settling on Attack Speed Menace. But yeah, both are very good. Blade Session also very good. Ruptured Sky or Lethality is another option for his special, but yeah, this is a very good Claude. If you do have Lethality, I would give it to him. They mentioned in their description that they're wondering if Lethality would be a worthwhile addition. If you have it already, I would say so. Like, I really want Lethality for my Summer Claude. So this is from Leary. Their description is Fatal Smoke, please do not interact. So, they are running Tegwell Fang. I think this has, like, some form of Null Follow-Up, which is pretty good. Or at least, like, half of Null Follow-Up. A lot of the beasts have been getting that, which is really good. She's also got Ether, Surge Sparrow, Near Trace, Speed Smoke, and Heavy Blade. I'm not 100% sure about Ether. I might consider swapping that out to something else, but yeah, I think her Refine is actually really good, and she's, like, not a lot of people have built her, but she's actually kind of awesome. So yeah. The only thing I would probably swap here is the special. Gale Force would be an option, Hunley, but then she's not running, like, Surge Sparrow, right? So, like, you wouldn't run Surge Sparrow then. So, maybe swap out, like, I don't know if she has Slaying, but yeah, I would probably run a different special. Or if you do want to do the Gale Force type build, you could swap out the Surge Sparrow for a catch skill. Alright. Next up is a Saber from Christian. So he just recently, I say recently, but it was probably a couple months ago, got a Resplendent. And he's got Distant Counter, I think, with his dagger. If his special is ready? Because I don't remember. But yeah. Only thing I would probably swap here is the Null Follow-Up seal. Maybe give him Vital Astra, actually. That could work. Or Godlike Reflexes. And yeah, I mean, another option would be Velocity in the B skill. But I think this is quite good. Quite strong. But yeah, I would probably swap to, at the very least, Vital Astra. Actually, in fact, now that I'm thinking about it, Vital Astra synergizes the best with him because he has DC when his special is ready. So with Times Pulse, and I don't know if he has Slaying in his weapon, but if he does, that would be really good. Excuse me. If you heard me hiccup, no you didn't. Godlike Reflexes is good too. Yeah. With Special Spiral. Yeah, Special Spiral could work. But yeah, no. Definitely change the special if you have Godlike Reflexes. Oh, because he comes with Shield Pulse in his base kit, so that's an option as well, yeah. Vital Astra Seal? No. How would specials work as seals? Not 100% sure. But anyway, no. Super cool Saber. You really don't see him often. Next up is this female Byleth from Arata. And they have a very, very high investment build on her. So they've got Creator Sword, um, Godlike Reflexes, Distant Counter, Spurn, Speed Smoke, and Mystic Boost. So I would, the only thing I would probably change here is to give her a different Distant Counter version, like one of the more expensive ones, like Distant Dart. Um, and I think she has like null follow-up of some kind in her weapon, but I'm not 100% sure. Um, Full damage reduction build. Yeah, that's fair. Definitely, yeah, maybe before giving her new fodder, I guess like the refine should be soon-ish, so maybe wait and see what the refine is and then decide, you know, if you want to switch this. Jose says, I think null follow-up as a seal isn't really good considering we have other ways of getting it. Um, I think it depends. Like, a lot of those things that you mentioned are only usable in your hands, and so like on an Ether Raid's defense team, um, like it wouldn't be as feasible. So I think in certain contexts, and also like if you just don't have those null follow-up support, I think it's pretty good. All right. So next up, we've got this build from Danny. This is their +10 Erica. So she's running Winter Rapier, Vital Astra, Red Dual Infantry, Spurn, and Times Pulse, and Null Follow-Up. So this, you can tell this was submitted after the Null Follow-Up seal existed. But yeah, Winter Rapier is an interesting choice. I think that's Unity, right? Attack Defense Unity. Um, but yeah, I think this is pretty good. I would probably swap it out for the Arcane Sword if you have it. But if you don't have it, this is pretty good. But yeah, I mean, pretty solid. Another option would be to give her like distant counter of some sort, but you probably already have that. Augusto says, reminder to drink water every 10 minutes so your voice doesn't die. You know what? That's a really good point, and I don't actually have any water with me right now, so I will BRB. I'll be back in like a couple minutes. I will just go grab some water. I am so sorry, guys. I can already feel my voice dying, and it's only been an hour, so BRB. Hello, everyone. I'm back. Sorry about that. We have acquired water. Thank you guys for sticking around while I was doing that. But yeah, so I guess on to the next build. We've got Nickname um, with his Deirdre. So she's running attack res finish. I don't think she comes with that. So a brave Tiki was foddered off for this. So yeah, very, very, very strong. Attack res tempo. I do think she comes with that. Um, so yeah. Times pulse. I think circlet of balance is miracle, right? But yeah, no, this is pretty good. I don't know if I would change anything here. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like, do you guys have any suggestions for what to change? I guess the seal is not the greatest. You could give her attack res form, which might be better if you're running her around other people too, or attack res solo if you're not. But yeah, this is quite good. Hey, Ghostin. How you doing, bestie? I guess null follow-up is an option, but she already has a guaranteed follow-up. Um, so I guess it could work. It could work because it stops people who have follow-up negation, so she could still double them. As long as they don't have Hardy Fighter, though, because, or does no follow-up stop Hardy Fighters? I still feel like Hardy Fighter would negate her guaranteed follow-up. But yeah, no, Hunley points out this is anti-Duma technology. That's true. She does kill Duma. But yeah, only thing I would probably swap out is the seal. Aside from that, she looks very good. If you did have attack speed finish, but like you've already invested attack res finish in her, so it's not worth giving her attack speed finish as well. But that could make her a little faster and maybe a little bit more viable to run the no follow-up seal, but I still feel like it's a decent option. All right. Next up, we've got James. James says, I hope she gets a refine one day or a good arcane weapon to use. But yeah. I do feel like she will never get a refine. Just because, like, non-PRF-less seasonals will never get a refine. But I do think an arcane weapon is possible. So they're running Drifting Grace, Attack Speed Catch, Speed Res Far Trace, Speed Res Hold, and Blade Session. This is very strong. I don't really have any suggestions for this. Yeah, this is kind of really good. This is very similar to the build I run on my Summer Camilla, but mine is not plus 10, so yeah, this is very good. Like you said, though, only thing would be an upgrade to her weapon if we do ever get a better inheritable blue tome. Oh, someone in chat mentions, I remember in year 1 she was so meta with Blade Tome. Yeah, I remember when Blade Tomes were really good. Plasma Wolf says maybe a menace to help that catch. Yeah, that would be an option. What TMS Holoforms units am I planning on building? None of them, to be honest. I'm not going to pick up any of the TMS Forma. Alright, next up is from Frosty. We've got Knas. Ooh, cool. They say they're running him with Bridal Catria, Legendary Azura, and Brave Crom. I don't really know what his tome does. I think it's just kind of debuffs. So Frosty, I see you're in chat if you want to let us know what his tome does, because I don't really know. But he's running Attack Speed Push, Desperation, Speed Smoke 3, and Brazen Attack Speed. So this is pretty good. There are definitely, like, a couple things that if you have the fodder for, like, you could give him Speed Smoke 4, you could give him, like, Tempo in the B skill. I think that would be pretty good. And maybe a different attack speed boosting A skill. But, like, you could give him, Ideal if you have it. I do think it is in the Divine Code, so that's an option. And then his seal, I would probably, like, Push Desperation is fine. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. And then you're activating Brazen Attack Speed as well. So yeah, actually, this could work. But yeah, if you do ever switch out the push and the desperation, probably swap out his seal as well to null follow up or something that boosts attack and speed as well, like solo or form. Next up is Christensen with their Long Chu or Long Ku. Still not 100% sure because I'm getting conflicting messages from chat on how to actually pronounce it. Hi, Kevin. Sorry you missed us reviewing your unit, but we all really loved your Gale Force Ulm. We thought it was super cool. But yeah, so he's running Arcane Eleuthir. They went with a Gale Force build, which I think is actually really cool because they're slaying in the weapon, so it works pretty well. With Flashing Blade, Frenzy, Odd Tempest, and Blade Session. So you could give him Null Follow-Up. Aside from that, you could also give him Tempo or Velocity. I think Velocity specifically. Okay, people are saying that in the game it's Long Ku. I guess if you were to like go by the traditional Chinese or whatever pronunciation it is, it would be Long Chu, but I guess in the context of Fire Emblem, I guess I'll just keep saying Long Ku. Half null follow-up is already in the weapon. That's true, but there are a lot of units nowadays who negate your guaranteed follow-up, so Oh, no worries, Ritsu. Welcome to Promise saying null follow-up for 5 hours straight. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, no, this is a very good Long Ku. Definitely making me want to build him more. Next up, we've got this legendary Alm from SD. Very similar to the one we saw at the start from Hunley. Yeah, very similar build. Very good. He's definitely one of the units who got one of the stronger remixes IMO, and it's just very hard to tank him. People are pointing out so many +10 infantry projects. Yeah. There are. Like, infantry units are just in a very good place right now. In terms of inheritance, in terms of... Really just in terms of skills, I would say. But yeah. So yeah, people are pointing out you could give him Water Sweep and give him the follow-up seal instead. But this is pretty good as is too. Is every unit pretty much good with the arcane weapon? Yeah, kind of, unless they've got, like... Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that yawn. Unless they've already got a PRF, which is better, then yeah, I would say pretty much everybody's good with it. So on to the next. From Ante. This is a baby Marth. He's running Rapier, Hero's Blood, Distant Pressure, No Follow-Up, Attack Speed Menace, and Brazen Attack Speed. And now that I think about it, I think I'm gonna stop reading out the skills for everyone, since you guys can see them on the screen anyway. I'm just gonna talk about it because I feel like it's taking a lot of time. So they say they've also given him Florid Cane. Don't really know what Florid Cane does. I think that's the Kanto sword. So it's a decent option. But yeah, Distant Pressure synergizes pretty well with his weapon because he has Vantage. Brazen also works well with Vantage. Ante's in chat and they say he now has Velocity and Null Follow-Up in the seal. So basically a lot of the advice we've been giving today. But yeah, that's quite good. He definitely deserves a refine, but he may not get one because he shares with Fina, and dancers have not gotten refines, really. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, he's also got Oath 4. Yeah, pretty good. I think Velocity and Null Follow-Up is probably the way to go, so yeah. It definitely helps charge Hero's Blood. Next up from Damien, we have this Selkie. Ooh, definitely not a unit you see very often. So she's running her Refine. If someone in chat wants to let me know what that special is, feel free, because I don't know. But she's running Surge Sparrow, Lull Attack Defense Menace, and Attack Speed form. Oh, is it Italian? I'm so sorry. I thought this was Spanish. My bad, guys. Someone's saying Moonbow. Okay. So, she's running Moonbow. Yeah. Yeah, this is really good. I would probably swap out the B skill for Trace. I do think it's a little bit better than Lull, but it's pretty good. And yeah, aside from that, another option would be to give her Speed Smoke 4, or Attack Smoke 4, but Speed Smoke 4 is probably better. But Manus is quite good as well, so yeah, this is very strong. Next up from Xyrox, we have this Cherish. So she's running Ninja Masakari. I don't quite know why, considering she has a Brave weapon already. But she's also running Glimmer. I guess this is a speedy build for her. So she's running Glimmer, Attack Speed Solo 4. Actually, I said I wouldn't read the build. So anyway, that's the build she's running. I think it's really good. I think if you have an Ascended Floret, ascending her speed would definitely help this. But yeah, I love making slow units fast. So, someone's saying give her a hold in the C skill. Do we have, like, attack speed hold? I don't really know, what we have. They also included the accessory, so yeah, that looks super cute on her. We have speed defense hold. Okay, so that could work. Also, Wiccan is pointing out a flow skill would let her quad more consistently. That's true. Yeah, so consider switching out to like one of the skills that allows her to like have the offensive version of Null Follow-Up. Flow Refresh could work, Flow Guard could work. But yeah, very, very interesting build. From Geo, we've got this +8 Summer Ash. So he's just running basically his base kit with Surge Sparrow. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what his weapon does, but I think it's actually really good. So another option would be to give him, like Flow Guard, Flow Refresh. Excuse me. But yeah, this is very strong. Oh, it steals buffs like Freya's PR off skill. Okay, yeah. He's supposed to have Moonbow. Aw. I do think they're both very similar. So it's not, like, not necessarily one is better than the other one. But, yeah, no, this is a really good Ash build. And I hope you get the +10 soon. Next up, we've got this build from Dolphy. We've got Whitecap Bow, Deadeye. Oh, I said I wasn't going to read the builds. Okay, I'm not reading it out. This is quite good. I will say, like, you've already ascended his stats, so, like, you can't really change it right now. But if you manage to grab merges, I think it would be very, very good. I feel like even just a couple of merges would be really good on this. And since you're going for a speedy build, I would probably ascend his speed. But again, like you've already used the ascended Floret, so it's probably not worth it. But yeah, I mean, very interesting. I guess Phantom Speed helps with Whitecap Bow, but yeah, this is cool. I would wonder how fast, how often he does actually get like quads, but this is decent. You can use Trait Fruit to change the Ascended stat? Oh, I didn't know that. So yeah, if you are able, if you are able to make him plus speed as well, that would be really helpful. And if you can get merges. And Kev's pointing out, Phantom Speed is nice, but you're missing out on extra damage from an actual seal. Yeah, so you could run like attack speed solo or attack speed form, but yeah. Next up is Argas. They've submitted a plus 10 Ogma. Cool. Another unit you don't see very often. So he's running the Arcane Sword, Life and Death, Wind Sweep, Attack Defense Menace. Okay, so how does the Arcane Weapon interact with Wind Sweep? Because Arcane Weapon gives you a guaranteed follow-up, but Wind Sweep, like, doesn't let you follow up. And so does that just make it a speed check at that point, whether or not you can double through Wind Sweep? Emerald's saying it becomes a normal speed check. Okay, yeah. He can probably meet that speed check then. Yeah, so that's decent. Definitely another option would be to give him just like a different B skill, like tempo, for the extra damage reduction, velocity for the extra damage reduction, or just tempo for the null guard. But yeah. Hopefully he gets a Resplendent soon. Good point. I do think that would help a lot. Also null follow-up seal, but they are running Heavy Blade to help charge the special, so yeah. Free to play Brave Alm. Alright. Next up we've got Val, with her plus 10 New Year's Fafnir. Val is a fellow super big Fafnir fan. I would say she's a much bigger Fafnir fan than I am, and that's saying something. So yeah, plus 10 Fafnir, lethality, attack speed solo, wind sweep, rouse attack defense, and heavy blade. Yeah, this is pretty similar to mine. I also run wind sweep on mine. Another option would be attack speed catch for the A skill and menace for the C skill. I do really like attack speed menace on him. I also have Speed Smoke 4 on him, although I haven't found it to be as useful as I initially thought it was going to be. So maybe not worth it, but yeah. Heavy Blade is interesting to help charge lethality, but I typically just tend to run like attack speed solo or something on him. Also, y'all, I have like the worst stomach ache right now, so I don't think I can stream for that much longer. I'm gonna try to make it until 12:30, so another 17 minutes, but I'm really, really sorry. I'm gonna have to cut the unit review stream short. I am finding it hard to even speak right now. It is that bad. So we're gonna go for another like 15 minutes, and yeah, I'm really sorry. I'll probably do another one next week or something. Next up is Cow. So they submitted this plus 10 Gatekeeper. It's a little bit blurry, but we can still make this out. This is pretty good. Definitely very high defense and res. I would maybe switch to Quick Riposte as the seal. Unless like, I guess the point is just for him to take very, very little damage. I guess, yeah. Because, like, if you don't necessarily want him to counterattack, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, no. That will definitely be a really big Ignis. This is in Fredge Augusto. But yeah, Canto Control is actually quite good on him. Alongside the other effects he has. So yeah, I wouldn't really switch anything except for perhaps the seal. Next up is this Shiro from Awesome Gold. Wow, very, very interesting. He's running Bright Naginata, Vital Astra, Distant Stance, Null Follow-Up, Attack Speed Oath, and Bonus Doubler. So the Bonus Doubler synergizes pretty well with Attack Speed Oath. But yeah, he's not typically pretty fast. So this is cool to see. Desperately waiting for Arcane Lance. Yeah, that's fair. I do think that would help. His Refine is not the greatest. Hey, Tegan! Unfortunately, I will be ending stream in like 10 minutes-ish because I just have like the worst stomachache right now and I'm finding it hard to even talk, but thank you for stopping by. Hopefully we'll get to your Lucas in the next time I do this. But yeah. But yeah, I would probably give him Distant Dart instead, just for that extra speed. But Distant Stance is pretty good too to give him extra res. Another thing you could do is give him Velocity, and then give him the Null Follow-Up Seal. Alright, this next unit from Unlucky Squared. We've got, ooh, a Ninja Yari Eldigan. Very interesting. Yeah, I guess this actually kind of works. I didn't realize his speed could reach that high. You could give him like one of the flow skills if you want him to quad more often. But yeah, this is definitely very unique. They say he also has a Gale Force build. Alright. We've got this duo Alphonse with Attack Defense Solo, Special Spiral, Joint Drive Defense, and another Attack Defense Solo. I think once he gets a Refine, he'll be really, really good. He's still pretty good. I just find that, like, maybe Solo isn't the best one for him, just because, like, you're running Joint Drive Defense as well, so it seems like there are people around him. So an option would be Form, or like the tier 4 stance version of Attack Defense Solo if you're running him in enemy phase. But yeah, no, this is pretty good. Also, y'all, I'm so sorry. I'm actually gonna have to stop the stream right now. I just really am not feeling well. But thank you guys for coming out. I think this went pretty well. And hopefully we get some more unit submissions for next time. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. Sorry I had to cut it short early. But yeah, thank you all. Thank you for the kind wishes. Appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, also Brian's here. Sorry, Brian. You came right at the end. But anyways, bye everyone. Hope you have a wonderful Saturday. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.